Hey, what's going on? I'm Apprentice Demand, and in this video we're going to do a review on Alkaline Lyfe Alkaline Water. Alright, so this is a naturally alkaline spring water. It says a pH of 8+. So let's go ahead and open this up, get it poured up, and this is another one of those waters that was recommended for me to test out by you. So if you have a specific water that you want me to test, let me know, and if I can get it, I will test it out. And we're going to be testing this against this electrolyzed reduced water. That is the scientific name for it. And the first test we're going to do is antioxidants. Now this test is the most important out of all the tests we're doing today. And that's because we have all these things around us known as free radicals. They are everywhere. Okay, they're in the air, they're literally everywhere. And what they do is they take the electrons from our healthy cells. When that happens, that creates oxidation and inflammation. And those two things are linked to every single health disease known to man. Okay, so just know that they're positively charged. They create rust, aging, and dis-ease in the body. So we want to consume antioxidants. These are your vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, your fruits and vegetables. They have an abundance of negative electrons, and when you do that, when you consume that, your cells get that abundance of electrons that's going to help bring down that oxidation, lower the inflammation, and keep us looking young and youthful. So we're going to be able to check that using this meter here. This is an ORP meter, and while ORP is a very technical name, all you need to know is that when we put this one in this water, if we get a positive number, it's oxidizing, okay? And that's not good. If we see a negative number, that means it is a strong antioxidant. So let's see what we get here with Alkaline Lyfe Water. All right, so this is doing a 170, 175. As you see, it's going up, right? Oh boy, yep, just hit 200, right? So that means it is oxidizing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the electrolyzed reduced water, see what we get. Oh, don't fall out. And we are seeing a negative 655. All right, and it's still going down. So that makes it a very strong negative 680, a very strong antioxidant, right? So that's what you're looking for. You want that dash. Okay, so one of the reasons why this is so strong is because it has molecular hydrogen, all right? That's what's making that strong antioxidant. But there you have it. Alkaline Lyfe is oxidizing. Let's go ahead and jump into our next test. All right, on to our second test. This one's all about alkalinity. We want to ensure that we are consuming alkaline, and we all know that sickness and dis-ease cannot thrive in an alkaline environment. Specifically, we are looking for our blood. We want to make sure that maintains that 7.365, and it's going to do that. But if we're eating the cookies, the ice creams, and we're drinking the beers and the alcohols, all those things are very acidic, and it's going to force our body to take those minerals and electrolytes from us in order to keep our blood in that pH state, right? So we want to consume things that are alkaline to neutralize that acidity and to give our body the minerals and electrolytes it needs so it doesn't have to leach them from us, okay? So with that being said, we're going to take these pH drops. We're going to put them in both of these beverages, and if we see a red or orange or yellow, which I'm not expecting, that means it's acidic. If we see a blue or purple or a dark purple, that means it's alkaline. And when we see alkaline, I want to test it to see how strong they are at battling acidity. So let's see the alkalinity for alkaline, I think it's Alkaline Lyfe Water. All right. And just like they said, just like it says on the bottom, it is alkaline, right? And it is, yeah, it's looking like an 8. And this one here is looking a little bit past a 9. All right, so like I shared, I want to see how strong they are at battling acidity. It's one thing to drink it because it says it's alkaline. It's another thing to consume it because it's actually battling back that acidity and helping neutralize it. So I'm gonna blow into them. If it stays the same color, that means it's really strong at battling that acidity, right? I'm not just giving it my breath. However, if it changes, it's really weak, and there's something else going on with it because, yeah, it's just not that strong at battling that acidity. Let's see what we get here with Alkaline Lyfe. Alright, so Alkaline Lyfe looks like it dropped down to neutral. Looks like it dropped down to a 7, right? So, checking this out, it says, bottled at the source of Big Spring, Calhoun, Georgia. The historic landmark spring in Georgia. Naturally alkaline, 8+. No enhanced minerals, detoxify the body, better hydration, boost the immune system, balanced body pH, and a powerful antioxidant. Well, we saw that's not an antioxidant already. We already tested for that, right? But it maintained neutral, right? Or maybe a little bit above, right? So that's not bad. I would say that's pretty good. For normally a spring water, it should at least at minimum maintain neutral, like 7, right? So let's test out this electrolyte reduced water. Alright, so this one didn't really drop, it maintained its color, and so that means it's much stronger at handling acidity and neutralizing it as opposed to Alkaline Lyfe. But Alkaline Lyfe didn't go acidic, alright, so I'll give it credit for that, right? But there you have that second test on alkalinity. Let's go ahead and jump into our next test. Alrighty, on to our third test. This one is all about superior hydration. We want to get hydrated at a cellular level, alright? So just imagine this bottle here being empty, and we have a vine of grapes that we want to put into this bottle, right? Now if I take that vine of grapes and just try to drop it in, grapes are going to fall all over the table, on the floor is going to get sticky, it's going to be horrible, right? But if we take each individual grape, pluck it off the vine, and drop them in, I'm pretty sure we can get the whole vine in there, right? Our water should be the same way. It shouldn't be a big old large clump of water. It should actually be smaller and hydrate us at that cellular level. So the best example we're going to use to do that is we're going to make tea, alright? And I know what you're thinking, you're like, so where's your pot? Where's your stove? Nah, we aren't using any of that. We're going to see if we can make the tea cold. And that's going to show the size of the water, because if it's small enough, it's going to actually be able to pass through the tea bag and make tea. Okay, so let's see how Alkaline Lyfe does on this regard. Oh boy. There's a lot of water in these. But as we see, we're not getting a lot. No, let me try dunking it and see if this changes. And it doesn't look like we're getting a lot. We're starting to get some tea, but it's looking really light, right? And I'm pretty sure on this bottle it says better hydration. Alright, so I don't know if you've seen this channel before. This looks the same as just about every other bottled water, more or less, right? So let's see what happens with the electrolyte reduced water. Wow, look at that. Super dark, right? No bouncing up and down, no jumping. And so I would say this hydrates better, right? Much better than this, but I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, Prentice, the bag was already wet, you cheated. So let's see, maybe Alkaline Lyfe will work this time. Let's see what happens. I mean, surely now that we got some of the tea going. It should be a little bit darker, right? But it's still the same. And part of the reason for that is because it's been sitting in this bottle forever. I don't know how long, but it's been sitting here so long that it's all the water's clumped together. It's like that vine of grapes that we were talking about, right? But let's try this one more time with the electrolyzed reduced water. And you see it just comes out better. And you're probably thinking, you're like, well, Prentice, there's no tea in these other cups. Well, the tea is there. We're just not drinking the right water to help bring out the nutrients, okay? So if you're feeling dehydrated, if your mouth is constantly dry, and you're drinking this stuff, I'm telling you right now, it's the quality of the water, okay? So once we're able to change that, we can feel a better sense of hydration, okay? Real quick, let's go ahead and do a quick recap of the tests we've done thus far. All right, we've conducted 3 tests on Alkaline Lyfe. The first thing we did was we tested for antioxidants, and we saw that this was oxidizing, right? And it went up to a positive 200, and ain't no telling how high it would have went if we would have left it there, right? While the electrolyzed reduced water had a negative 500, 550, 600, I don't even remember. The second test we did was on alkalinity, and this showed up as an 8. This showed up around a 9, 9.5. And so I blew into them and gave them a little bit of acidity, and when I did that, Alkaline Lyfe dropped down to neutral, which is 7, which isn't bad. I would say that's ideal for a spring water, because I've seen spring waters in the past go acidic, go to 5, right? But the electrolyzed reduced water stayed at that 9.5, right? It takes a lot more to get that down, which means it's going to be better at handling acidity. Last but not least, we tested for superior hydration. We want to get hydrated at a cellular level, and we saw that Alkaline Lyfe is hydrating. Despite what it says on the bottle, it's hydrating the same as any other bottled water. It's maybe like 10 to 15%. While electrolyzed reduced water just does so much better at hydrating you, right? So there you have it. If you're curious on what water I recommend drinking this right here. And guess what? I have a full masterclass that talks all about how to get the best water for you. It is the link in the description or below this video. All right, make sure you check that out if you're serious about the water you're drinking and you really want to improve your health. All right. And if there's a specific water you want me to test that you haven't seen on the channel after subscribing, put it in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can get to it, all right? Thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.